fun stuff that they did at Globals. And then after that, we'll bring the school sponsor up and make a presentation. You want to stand on the box or you want to?
DI is a program in which the team is given a challenge and they use the imagination and creativity to come up with a solution. There are no wrong answers, which leaves the door open for every very creative solution Destination Imagination teaches. The team to think outside the box, handle the bumps and failures, never give up, always communicate, work as a team, and have fun. This year, our team chose to do a fine arts challenge. Our team had to present an 8-minute presentation in which the comic strip comes to life. It had to contain many elements, including a caption and contraptions. Ours was a conveyor belt built by cereal boxes and PVC pipe. Pick a famous piece of artwork and include it somehow in the story. We picked Living Nature by Frida Kahlo. And create a piece of artwork. We chose to create our artwork using printmaking methods. Last but not least, our team decided to add something special to their challenge. We decided to do an art drive and collect art supplies and money for the 2 hospitals who had helped 2 of our team members. Art supplies and donations were collected for Nova Fairfax Pediatric Heart Unit and also the John Hopkins Neurofibromatosis Unit. Last but not least, we want to thank the town for having us here tonight. It was an honor to represent our school, town, state, and country at the Destination Imagination Global Finals. We hope we can continue to do so in the future.
Stay here, please. I was privileged to see a presentation of their project on the Friday evening before they left to go to Globals, and I thought they had a very, very well put together project. Many of you around my age, or maybe even a little younger, may remember the MacGyver series that was on TV, where he came up with innovative ways to solve problems. These guys would have done MacGyver, guys and gals, did MacGyver very proud in that competition. They came up with some really intuitive ways of solving their problems to make their project work. From using, as he said, PVC pipe. They used some tarps in another case to create a belt, and the gadget to present the cartoons, as he said, was made out of cereal boxes as a belt on a conveyor to move the pieces along. I would have never thought of that. I've been an engineer for 37 years. Great job, guys and gals. At this time, I'd like to have the school sponsor come up, if she's here tonight. And how about the team manager, Wendy Paulin? Now, Hunter could probably read this without glasses, but I've got to use glasses. We're going to present the school and the team a sealed certificate recognizing their achievements in the regional, state, and global competitions. In recognition of the outstanding achievements of the Indian Head Elementary School Destination Imagination team, Indian Head Little Rascals, for first place at regionals in the Special Award for Spirit of DI, first place at states in the Special Award for Spirit of DI, and they placed in the upper third of the competitors for the globals, 38th out of 92 teams from around the world. So I think they did a great job. It's signed by Town Council, myself, Ed Rice, and Randy Albright. Let's go out the front here. We have some gift bags for each of you. And one for each of the two of your teammates that weren't able to be here tonight. Let's give them another big round of applause. Next, we have the fourth graders. They wrote essays. If I were mayor, I would, and then they go in and say what they would do. They submitted, I think the teachers evaluated all of the essays and presented 12 or 15 of them to the town for review. We selected the top 3, and I believe those 3 will be presented to us tonight. Would the teacher of the fourth graders come up and...
Good evening. I'm Carolyn Carell, fourth grader over at Indian Head Elementary School. Before we continue, I'd like to introduce our principal, Mr. Rosine. Could you please stand? We have 3 winners. Our first winner is Bailey Griffin. Our second winner is Jakaya Butler, and our third winner is Bryn Williams. Bailey, would you like to come up? Oh, okay, go ahead and everyone come up, please. Our first reader is Bailey Griffin. No? Oh.
If I were mayor, I would create activities and events that would make the town of Indian Head a better place to live. The types of activities that I would like to start would make our town safer and more beautiful. The events I would like to bring to town would raise money to benefit the residents. These improvements could help us become the type of small town where everyone wants to live or visit. I would like to create activities that would improve safety and make our town more beautiful. In order for these to be successful, I would get the community involved. I would start a community watch group and encourage people to report crime by placing crime watch posters around town. These posters would have the number to the local sheriff's office. I believe that these activities would make our residents feel safer and decrease crime. In order to make our town more beautiful, I would hold a monthly cleanup day where volunteers would clean up all of the trash in one section of town. I would also like to plant trees and flowers in the grassy areas of town. I believe that making Indian Head a safer and more beautiful place would make our town a better place to live. I believe that my improvements are possible. I would raise money for them by creating community events like fairs, carnivals, and circuses, I guess. I don't know. Can't read. The money raised at these events would support my projects while making the residents happy. I believe that my plan proves that I have what it takes to be mayor.
Next, I'd like to introduce Jekiah Butler.
If I were mayor, I would start a neighborhood watch because, in my opinion, everyone should have the right to be safe. I would gather up everyone that I can, and we would set up cameras and binoculars so that we can see everything and that no one is harmed. Also, I think that we need a closer grocery store, so I would get the community together by putting up some flyers or some posters to get everybody's attention. Once I did that, the community and I would build a new grocery store so that in case of an emergency, we would have food right there. I also would recommend a closer orphanage or a shelter for the homeless, because maybe the people that are homeless in Indian Head can go to the orphanage. Another idea is to have a free bakery for the people that are starving. They can eat and be happy. If I were mayor, I would use all of my power to make sure we have a better town meetings, and so that everyone's ideas can be shared. Also, if I were mayor, I would work my hardest to be bigger than the mayor.
All right, lastly but certainly not least, Bryn Williams.
If I were mayor, I would want to build a good relationship with my town members. I would want them to back me up with my proposals to bring a sense of community back into my town. My first proposal is that I would want to help bring back a grocery store instead of having to drive up to Bryan's Road, Waldorf, or La Plata. Many of my community members do not have cars, so they have to rely on other means of transportation or relatives to get their groceries. I would next propose to upgrade Mattingly Park. With the help and fundraising, we could make it a much nicer and attract members of other communities to visit our parks and water access. My third and final proposal is I would like to build a youth center for after school where kids can go and do homework, play games, and watch TV, a place to hang out until their parents get home from work. Then in the summertime, it could have a community pool and maybe a space for party rentals. As mayor, it would be an honor. I would work hard to bring a grocery store back, upgrade Mattingly Park, and build a youth center for the town members of Indian Head to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. You all did a great job writing your essays and coming up with the ideas to present in your essays. Next, we have the fifth graders with another batch of essays, but these are on bike safety. I gave you a little bit of an idea of what some of them talked about, but now you'll hear from several of the essays as well.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Miss Yealy. I am one of the fifth grade teachers over at Indian Head Elementary School. And fifth grade this year, in lieu of the Bike to Work Day, were asked to write an essay to reflect on bike safety, about why it's important, how they can be safe on a bicycle, and how they can help others be safe on a bicycle. So I would like all of my fifth grade students that have come today to read their essays, please come on up and introduce yourself for the community, please.
My name is Brianna, and I'm gonna read my bike safety essay. It is important to wear your helmet on a bike. There are several reasons why you should be safe on bikes. One reason is if you are not thinking or not being safe, you can get hurt in any kind of way. Another reason is because bikes are vehicles. It is like driving a car, and you have to follow the same rules as if you were driving a car. One way we can be safe on bikes is by wearing a helmet every time you are about to ride your bike. Another way is to make sure you wear a helmet that fits. There are a lot of reasons that you should be safe on bikes. More children ages 5 to 14 are seen in emergency rooms for injuries related to biking than any other sport. Not wearing a helmet on a bike can cause a lot of bad injuries. We can help others be safe on bikes by making sure your helmet has a CPSC sticker on it. If you ride against traffic, you can get hit. For an example, if you have a little sister or brother who is just learning how to ride a bike, they should ride a bike with training wheels. Even though they are riding on training wheels, they still need to wear a helmet to be safe, because you never know what might happen. In conclusion, always have a helmet and ride with traffic so you don't get hit.
My name is Nayani Lewis, and I'm going to be reading my bike essay. I am writing this to share how to be safe on bikes and how to properly use bike accessories. There are several reasons why you should be safe on bikes. It's important to always have body protection because you can fall off your bike and get hurt. Another reason why you need to be careful is because you could hit something or something could hit you. Finally, always watch where you are riding because others may not see you. When you're riding in the dark, you should always wear bright colors so people driving know you are riding a bike. You should never look down when you're riding a bike because you won't know where you're going. You can also tell others about the equipment and how it's used. Another way you can be helpful is to help the charity by buying them bikes and equipment and also helping them ride bikes. We can help others be safe on bikes by teaching them how to ride the bike and be a role model to them. If you are a role model and teach them, they will follow in your footsteps. That will help them and they can help others. That's what I would do to help myself and others be safe on bikes. What will you do?
is Abigail Tillman, and today I will be telling you about the importance of bike safety. First, let's go over why we should be safe on our bikes. Each year, about 300,000 kids go to the emergency room because of bike injuries. At least 10,000 kids have injuries that require a few days in the hospital. Some of these injuries are so serious that children die. These facts are from the bike safety article we read. Now let's move on to how we can be safe on our bikes. There's a special gear that we can wear to protect our body, such as a helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads. A helmet is the most important, and we must wear it every time we ride to protect our heads. Now let's talk about how we can help others be safe on their bikes. If you see them riding without a helmet, be sure to remind them to wear one. If you see someone fall off their bike, call for help. If someone is riding on the left side of the road, be sure to tell they should be riding on the right side of the road. In conclusion, we have just gone over why we need to be safe on our bikes, how we can protect ourselves on our bikes, and others while we are riding on bikes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Delicia, and I will be reading to you about bike safety. It is important to remember bike safety. We all need to follow the rules of bike safety, no matter how old we are. There are several reasons why we should be safe on bikes. One reason is because if you're riding your bike down the sidewalk, you may accidentally run over a rock and fall off of the curb and give yourself a concussion. Wear a helmet, please. Another reason is because if you don't follow the rules about riding with a group of friends and make sure your parents know where you are, if they don't know where you are, you get lost and they won't be able to find you. Make sure your parents know where you are at all times. One way we can be safe on bikes is to wear all of our safety gear, such as a helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads. It is important to wear all of your gear each time because you don't know what will happen. You can cause yourself to have a bad injury such as a broken bone, skinning your arm or leg, or possibly dying. It could be very life-threatening. Another way to be safe on your bike is to be aware of your surroundings. To be aware of your surroundings means to know your way around wherever you're riding. You should always follow the signs. Don't ride in areas that you are not supposed to be in. In conclusion, you should always have safety wherever you go.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Ali, and I will be reading to you about bike safety. Today we will learn about bike safety. You should always be safe on a bike so you don't hurt yourself or get a concussion. I hope you will learn something from my bike essay. There are several reasons why we should be safe on our bikes. One reason is because you could fall or hurt yourself. Another reason is you could get a concussion or you can die from not being safe on a bike. One way we can be safe on bikes is not riding so fast and wear proper bike gear. Another way is to look both ways before you ride your bike across the street. We can help others be safe on bikes by teaching them to slow down when cars are riding past you. For example, if I ride really fast when a car passes, I could get hurt. In conclusion, you should always be safe on a bike. I hope you learned something today.
Again, each of you did very well in reading your essays and in fact in drafting or writing your essays. Next, we have one resolution for adoption and a ordinance for introduction. First, the resolution is resolution number 06-01-14, introduced by Mayor and Council. A resolution appointing a member to the Economic Development Commission for the town of Indian Head. Annie, will you read the resolution?
Resolution number 06-01-14, introduced by Mayor and Council. Date introduced June 2nd, 2014. Date adopted June 2nd, 2014. Date effective June 2nd, 2014. A resolution appointing a member to the Economic Development Commission for the town of Indian Head. Whereas the Mayor and Town Council desire to continue to promote and encourage a positive attitude for economic development in the town, and whereas the Mayor and Town Council have established an Economic Development Commission to implement this policy and to work with the town manager to accomplish the goals of economic development, now